Good morning, guys. It is Friday, May 10th, 2024. This is Bathrobe Business. I got my coffee, and I got a little bit of news. So I didn't do a video yesterday, so if you guys were checking my channel, I did not have a video yesterday. Main reason is, like I kind of said the other day, if I don't find a story that I feel is worth talking about, or I should say a number of stories that are worth talking about, I don't think I'll do the video because I feel like I'll be phoning it in and giving you guys information rather than information in my opinion. I try to report stories from my perspective of what I think the market is doing, what's happening in the economy in general. And so if I don't see that, I'm not going to report it. So that's a slight change I've just decided to make to this channel. So I am going to report on two of the stories from yesterday and then two stories from today. I am also going to talk about gold real quick. I know I am one of the biggest advocates. Well, I shouldn't say I'm a big advocate of gold. I'm not. I'm not saying to buy gold or not buy gold, but I do think gold is a powerful indicator. And I've talked about gold multiple times, but it's been a couple weeks since I have. The main reason is gold actually had a bit of a regression. So it's still well above where it needs to be. It's still at record highs. But it actually started a downward trend in the last couple weeks. And so I thought, okay, let's see where this ends up. It's creeping back up towards its all-time high, but it's still below it. So just something to keep an eye on. It's currently at 2,372. At the same time, crypto's been, pardon me, very fluctuating. It's currently at 63,000. When I say crypto, Bitcoin, I think it's the only crypto worth talking about. So Bitcoin's at about 63,000. So both of them are off from their all-time highs, which could mean inflation is easing, or it could just be fluctuations in the market. So just take that as you will. Let me get a sip of coffee. All right, big sip. Okay, so let's talk about Tesla real quick. So Tesla, in addition to slashing all those jobs that we've talked about in the previous weeks, Elon Musk has quietly slashed all of their job openings. So they had 3,400 job postings. All but 3 are gone. So they have a full-on hiring freeze and a pretty substantial one. That's not small for a company as big as Tesla. This kind of echoes a lot of the stuff we talked about in the last couple weeks, how tech companies are still going to continue to downsize. They're seeing that they can make do with less. And like I reported the other day, Andreessen Horowitz has talked about how a lot of these Silicon Valley jobs are fake to begin with. And so they can be cut easily. So I think these cuts are going to continue. I think everybody loves to single out Elon Musk as a villain, but he's usually just doing what the market dictates as well. So I would expect every tech company to continue this trend. So keep an eye on it. I think Google's going to lay off. I think Apple's going to lay off. I think Microsoft's going to continue layoffs. I think it's just the market as a whole. So that's just FYI. Speaking of jobs, weekly jobless claims have actually jumped for the first time since August of last year. So jobless claims went up to 231,000. This isn't major news, but it is something to watch because if you'll remember last week, we reported on how the Labor Department reported less than expected job hires. And now we have more than estimated job losses. In addition, the JOLT report is showing that jobs are openings are lower. So overall, employers are hiring less than they did before. So we are seeing some weakness in the labor market. Now, I don't think that this weakness is enough to signal a recession. Everybody will quickly jump on that fact. I just think this is going to a more healthy labor market where there may be a little bit higher unemployment, but it's not impossible to find workers and it's not impossible to find a job. I think we've been in a major worker shortage since COVID, and I think it's starting to stabilize a little bit, but I don't see this moving towards a recession. Next story I'm going to talk about is China and EVs. So every day China is deploying new EVs. I can't keep up with it. I don't report most of them because I feel like it's just noise in the ether. Including actually right now, China has an EV maker that is launching on the New York Stock Exchange called Zeekr. And at a significantly reduced valuation, but I don't think that's the important part. I think the important part is that this manufacturer is launching here within the U.S. I should say the stock is launching on U.S. Stock Exchange within the U.S. This is in addition to all the other companies that China produces on almost a daily basis of EV makers. And it seems that the Biden administration is finally going to take major action on this. So the Biden administration is set to hit China with a new series of tariffs, just as significant, if not more so, than the ones passed by Donald Trump in 2018 or 2016. I don't remember when those tariffs went through, but that was the big story, right? When Donald Trump passed all of those tariffs on China, it was a major thing, and now the Biden administration is going to continue this. From a political side, I think it's just interesting that years ago this was a controversial move, and now it's just the standard move. We're talking about TikTok bans. We're talking about increasing tariffs with China. Joe Biden never removed Donald Trump's bans, so this would be in addition. The primary reason seems to be with the fact that they want to target EVs specifically to keep the Chinese EV market out of the U.S. That's not surprising. We've talked about that that's coming any day now, but I guess it's happening imminently. They're saying as soon as the end of next week, we will have announcement of these tariffs. I don't know how quickly those tariffs are going to go into place, but these tariffs for EVs and other Chinese products are coming. That's honestly pretty much it. I think that's the only thing worth reporting on the market right now. There's a bunch of minor stories. Everybody's freaking out over Apple. I don't know what else. Moderna, FDA is approving their RSV vaccine. There's a lot of interesting stories on the market, but none that I think have greater market implications. That's why I've kept this kind of low key for the last couple of weeks now. I will sign off for today. I hope to see you guys back Monday. Hopefully I'll have some better news, more interesting news stories for you guys. But I hope you have a productive weekend, and a productive day. I'll see you guys on Monday.